Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. I've applied it and I'm going to be doing a wear test, so I'm going to be reporting back how I felt the foundation wore throughout the day. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into it. I've already primed my face with the Porefessional on my T-zone, so up on my forehead, a little bit on my cheeks, around my nose and on my chin, and then for the rest of my face I did my Napoleon Perdis Autopilot, which is probably my favourite primer for like long wearing makeup. So I have got here the Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation in a compact. It's meant to have SPF of 40 and the colour is 10 Ivory. It comes with this little sponge in the package. So on top here, I'm not going to be using this because realistically, who uses these? So it comes in this little packet with the little mirror, which the mirror is, as I don't know if you can tell, but it's not a proper mirror. Like, it's all blurry and like, I don't know why that's even there because you can't even use it. But anyway, when you open this up, there's the cushion. Sorry, the lighting's gone weird. The sun's going moving behind clouds. But yeah, so there's the cushion and you just press in and the foundation comes out. So yeah, we're going to give it a go. Now I'm going to use a beauty blender on half of my face and then my foundation brush, which is the Sigma flat top Kabuki brush. This is dirty, ignore that. We're just gonna use it anyway. Alright, so let's go in with the beauty blender first. I'm just gonna press in. I haven't used this for a while, so I can't remember how much product it gives. Not much apparently. Okay, not much product is coming out, which is really weird. I wonder if I'm running low on this. There we go, it's coming out slowly. I think I've run out of this. Okay, coverage is building up. This obviously doesn't have much product in it because I've only used it a few times. Does it say how much? It's only got half an ounce. Ah, that is tricky. Okay, so this foundation only comes with half an ounce of product, whereas normal foundations that you get just in a jar like this has 1 fluid ounce. So that is tricky. This is gonna run out really fast. So pretty much the price tag, whatever that is, double it because you will go through it twice as quick as a normal foundation. Oh, that's already put me off buying this foundation or recommending this foundation. Now this is the lightest shade, it is 10 Ivory, and for me this is a bit yellow when I'm at my palest. It's not really coming off on camera, or maybe a little bit, but yeah, it's not really blending in with my neck, which is really annoying. Alright, so for me, this foundation is not giving me the best coverage. I know that I'm running out of the product obviously, but I'm getting a decent amount on there and it's really not covering much. It's kind of just adding a colour to my skin. Anyway, let's try with the Kabuki brush. So again, just pressing in there. Oh yeah, this Kabuki brush picked up a lot more product actually than the sponge did. The Kabuki brush actually picked up more product, but it's not blending in as nice than the sponge. Yeah, than the sponge did. Yeah, so I almost feel like this, it's not, with the Kabuki brush, it's not kind of pressing into the skin, even though I love this brush and usually I love it to apply foundation. It's kind of just moving the product around. But in saying that, it is easier to build up the coverage with the Kabuki brush. I don't know if you can tell, but this side is definitely a lot fuller coverage. But yeah, still the colour is annoying me. It's ivory, but why does it have this yellow tint? That's really frustrating. And what else? It's kind of just sitting, I feel like it's just sitting on my face. It's not really, like, it is emphasizing pores definitely and fine lines. It's not like blending nicely into my skin at all. Alright, let's move on to, I'm going to conceal and then powder my whole face. Already with just putting my concealer on, I'm feeling a bit better because this is where I want a lot of coverage and the concealer is actually doing the covering for me. I am just using the Ben Nye Neutral Set Powder. Now I usually only set under my eyes, but today I'm going to set my whole face because, actually maybe I'll set half of my face and see how the foundation goes. Yeah, let's see. First I'm just going to bake under my eye. I don't usually bake, but why not? And then for my whole face I'm going to be using, actually for half of my face, I'll do the half that didn't have much coverage. I'm going to be using the Sigma large powder brush, which I don't know how I'm going to do this because the lid is so tiny that I've got the product in. Now I'm really just pressing the product in with my brush. I'm not sweeping around my face. I want to make sure that this powder goes in there. I'm just going to do my entire nose. And I'm just going to sweep away the excess product from the baking. This is the only time you should really use a sweeping motion. Okay, I actually like the way the powder looks. Obviously because it's a translucent powder, it hasn't added any coverage, but it does look quite nice. It's obviously mattified it down. It's funny because I've used this foundation before, but I've never really been up close in the mirror and analysed every single inch of my face. But I knew like it was the wrong colour and I knew it didn't give too much coverage, but just seeing how it is already settling into my fine lines here and not kind of, I don't know, not creating that smooth surface that I like on my face. It's just sitting on my face so weird. The powder definitely made it look better. I'm still going to wear it to work because I can't be bothered doing my makeup again. And I'll still see how it goes, but yeah, I just feel really odd, really weird. Anyway, so I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and let you know how products kind of went on top of the foundation, how they worked. Okay, I am back. I just did my makeup. It's nothing special, it's just, I'm just going to work. So I think everything looks alright. I just did my regular Hoola bronzer and Dandelion blush from Benefit, and then I did the Cover FX, what are they called? Custom enhancer drops for my highlight, which I'm loving by the way. But yeah, they look pretty good. It looks the same on both sides with the powder and, you know, the side I did with the powder and the side that I just left bare. Everything went on nice and easy. Yeah, so I've kind of salvaged the foundation a little bit. Once you put your cheeks on and finish off your eyes and everything, I kind of feel a little bit better about it. Still, like, I did bronze down my neck a bit as well, but still the colour, you can tell the colour is just, I don't know why it's so yellow. But yeah, so I will check in. I've also sprayed with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So I will check back in. Hopefully the lighting is not too bad. If the lighting is bad, I will just put in the description how I kind of thought that this wore throughout the day. But yes, we'll see how we go. I definitely, so far, I like the look with the powder side. Even though that's got less coverage, the powder really helped. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, just going into my fine line so bad. Okay, we'll see how we go. Wish me luck. Okay, so I just got back home from work and I have had a look in the mirror, and my foundation has actually held up really well. Nothing has come off. My contour is still there and everything. The colour is still a little bit off, but it definitely hasn't changed. It hasn't oxidized or anything. That was like that before. But yeah, it actually has held up really well. There's no real breaking up of any foundation. It's a bit, it's a little bit patchy up here, but that was like that before. So this foundation actually does wear quite well. And for like a luminous foundation, that's pretty good. So my overall thoughts on this foundation, I'm kind of 50-50 on this foundation. I didn't love the application. It did settle into my fine lines straight away, and it did exaggerate my pores quite a bit, even though I used the Porefessional, so that is kind of confusing to me. But yeah, it does look quite nice though. I'm looking at it in a mirror over there, and my makeup does look quite nice, I have to be honest, and considering that I've worn this for 5 hours, it does look pretty good. I'm just annoyed that when I put it on initially, it wasn't perfect, like around my lines and my pores. I would be more happy if it you know, applied a little bit better, but it's held up really nice, so I'm actually quite impressed. Like I said, it didn't oxidize, which is a good thing. Do I think that this gives you a luminous glow? No, it didn't really give me a luminous glow. I don't think so. But that's kind of what it's marketed towards, and that's also why it's a little bit less coverage, a lighter coverage, because it's meant to be like a natural luminous foundation. But I don't know if I 100% agree with that. Yeah, also one last thing, what really bugs me about this foundation, actually two things, that this is ivory, and to me this colour, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it almost adds a little bit of a yellow tint to my skin. So if you're like me, or if you're paler than me, this is not going to work for you, and this is the paler shade, so that's quite annoying. And lastly is the fact that you get 0.5 ounces in this instead of 1, which is in what is in usual foundations, and that's kind of the big reason that I'm kind of like, this is a no-go for me. I'm not going to be repurchasing this, and I don't necessarily recommend it, because you can get other foundations for the same price or even cheaper, and you'll get more. So yeah, that's the real disappointing part of this for me. So yeah, sorry to be a bit of a downer, but I just wanted to give my honest opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!